Hey, noble academics, welcome to Metatron's Academy. So today I have a question for you. It's a very, very important question. How much Portuguese can an Italian understand? And to answer that question, I've got the perfect test subject for you. Me! Like literally, I'm a native Italian speaker, but I have zero knowledge of Portuguese. Literally, I don't know anything. What do people even do in Portugal? Do people speak? They speak, right? Jokes aside, Portuguese really intrigues me. I think the only things I know are bom dia, which I believe in Brazil they pronounce it bom dia or something like that, and then obrigado. That's the extent of my knowledge of Portuguese. How many more words do I need to be, fluent and whatnot? So with that being said, what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna Google who a very famous Portuguese speaking YouTuber is, and then we're gonna try and watch a video and see how much I can understand. Please don't give me like a screaming 18-year-old TikToker, please don't. I'm gonna start with Portugal Portuguese and then we're gonna swap to Brazilian Portuguese and see if it changes anything when it comes to my ability to understand. Angie Costa, come on. Her latest video, 109,000 views, let's go.
Olá e sejam muito bem-vindos ao último, não acredito, episódio de Bubble Talks. Pelo menos desta temporada, porque não sabemos se vai haver uma segunda, não é? E obviamente que tinha que convidar uma gatinha para me acompanhar neste último episódio. Digam olá à Imaúpa no
Gosh, she sounds so good. I love the sound of Portuguese.
De começarmos.
Deixa-me
dar-te.
Já estás a receber assim.
É verdade. Amiga,
Opa!
obrigada e bem-vinda à voz.
Okay, so they're saying obrigado, so I do know obrigado is thank you, and I think she said amiga. I believe. So far, I'm literally understanding nothing. It's insane, nothing. Well, I understand here and there a word that sort of sounds like it. I love the way it sounds, by the way. Freaking love Portuguese. Let's continue a bit more.
Eu amiga por me convidares. Opa!
Então, tenho uma pergunta para te fazer, que é já um clássico deste programa. Qual foi a pior e a melhor coisa que já te aconteceu numa casa de banho?
Ok,
Eu acho que esta pergunta é um bocado... Imagina, a minha resposta é muito fácil. Por exemplo, descobri que estava grávida na casa de banho.
Por exemplo, did she say? For example, I think that is. Gosh, this is harder than I thought. Let's move to another YouTuber. Let's see if maybe listening to a different voice might help. So far, not so good. Okay, go.
Sejam muito bem-vindos a mais fantástico episódio de Final Fantasy XVI.
I understood Final Fantasy. An episodio. How did he say it? Episode, anyways.
Que fantástico jogo.
No idea.
O que é que será que Joshua descobriu?
Oh, maybe he said fantastic game? Maybe? Now that I had my brain had a few seconds to think about it.
Aliás, nós sabemos o que ele descobriu. Ele percebeu quem é que se vai transformar realmente naquela última peça do puzzle. Clive, thank fuck.
The last piece of a puzzle, maybe?
You were right. Se matámos o rei, aquela muralha à volta. Se matámos o rei, mas não destruímos o último cristal de Matter.
Crystal of Matter, yeah, but that's basically English.
Ok, o cristal de Matter está protegido dentro do castelo. Ele tinha posto aquela muralha à volta, que era o último reduto. Será?
G Gaming, let's go.
Basicamente é um RPG live sim dos criadores de gajos da Riot e do WoW. Não vai ser não vai ser MMORPG, mas vai ser uma cena fixe.
Gosh, zero, nothing.
Este é o trailer. Acho que a Open Beta é em 10 de agosto. Malta, está quase. O jogo já está em closed, acho eu. Eu não tenho experiência nenhuma. Bush Trip, é isto que eu quero. Ok, easy. É isto mesmo que eu quero. E tem que ser tudo em easy, malta, senão vai ser uma desgraça.
Are you sure?
Eu nunca joguei este tipo. Pá, juro, eu nunca joguei isto, ok? Eu joguei Flight Simulator, mas foi.
Flight Simulator. Do Portuguese people actually understand this? I'm starting to wonder.
Há 1000 anos. Entendemos, Mineri? Claro que sim, claro que sim.
Claro que sim, maybe it's
Mano,
clearly
claro
so.
Que entendemos, mano.
Maybe.
World Map. Courchevel, current live event loading. Ok. Activities, find your next challenge. Flight training, learn to fly in a Cessna 152. Pá, vamos ao flight training primeiro, não? É melhor. Basic.
You know what? Okay, so far, almost nothing. I can occasionally pick a word, but almost literally nothing. Let's see how it goes with Brazilian Portuguese. Maybe that will make a difference. Not so confident, to be honest. gosh, both YouTube, Google, and all the rest of the social media platforms are going to start recommending Brazilian and Portuguese stuff to me, and I'm not going to be able to understand anything. They're like, you must have learned the language. So is this guy in Brazil? I suppose. Let's try.
Fala galera, beleza? Bom, pra quem não viu ou pra quem viu, enfim, eu tô passando aqui pra explicar um pouco do que aconteceu. O meu canal foi hackeado, então os meus 3 canais foram hackeados porque eu...
I think he said he has 3 channels, and he does sound a lot different from the previous 2 YouTubers, so I would imagine this must be Brazilian Portuguese. I can tell there is a difference, but still can't understand.
E botei os 3 canais vinculados no mesmo e-mail. Então, pra quem já viu isso acontecendo antes comigo, há uns 9 meses atrás eu também fui hackeado e também roubaram os meus 3 canais. E por algum motivo isso vive acontecendo comigo.
He laughed.
Né? Então agora eu vou agir um pouco mais para conseguir ficar mais seguro em relação aos meus canais e tudo mais, me proteger mais, porque eu sinto que eu estava extremamente desprotegido.
Extremamente, ok, extremely.
Notificações todas ativas e tudo mais. Cara, esses hackers eles vão lá e destroem tudo em 2 minutos e pronto.
Pronto.
E aí o cara além...
That means ready. I don't think the fact that I'm understanding more is because it's Brazilian Portuguese. I think it's just a random coincidence with the fact that he just used a word that kind of sounds like a word in Italian. Pronto. I mean, I imagine if a guy from Portugal said that word, I would have still understood it. I think it was a coincidence. Still, I'm not understanding almost anything. This is such a fascinating test.
De tudo, ele ainda postou um monte de vídeo mais 18 aqui no canal, começou a trocar thumbnail e tudo mais pra sacanear o conteúdo, porque ele não sabia que o YouTube...
So canal, I imagine, is channel. Let's try another one. Vinicius13, 6 million subscribers. Gosh, it's a lot of... Oh, Minecraft, that's why, that explains it. Yeah, that upset my dogs. My dogs don't like Minecraft, I suppose. It's okay!
Vocês estão hoje aqui com mais um vídeo e hoje, pessoal, estamos de volta aqui com a nossa série Em Busca da Casa Automática. E é o seguinte, galera, estamos aqui nesse episódio 356,
Episode.
a participação dele, o Mano da Viseira. Cadê o Mano da Viseira? Tá onde, Davizão?
Tô aqui, Vinição. Tá me escutando? Alô?
Olha ele ali, líder. Que isso? O que você tá fazendo aí, velho? Pula daí, sai vazado.
What are you doing? Que está fazendo? Maybe? I don't know.
Calma aí, calma aí.
Que isso, velho? Olha o cara, mano. É mágico.
Mágico.
Mano,
It's magic.
seguindo os temas
Magical.
aí de esconderijo secreto, eu quero ver quem descobre como eu fiz esse esconderijo aqui, hein?
Cara, velho, eu pensando bem aqui agora, bota no replay aí. Olha só, galera, ele saiu ali de dentro e já botou outro bloco pro pé dele. É da visão. Esconderijo bem feito, velho. Parabéns, nota 13.
Valeu, velho.
Well, I'm glad it was funny for them. Okay, so, little test over. How much could you understand as an Italian when people speak Portuguese in Portugal or in Brazil? Nothing. Well, that was a wonderful test. I wonder if it's more of a problem of I'm not used to the pronunciation, but if I saw it written, perhaps I could understand more. Well, how about we check Wikipedia in Portuguese? So, I'm into a Wikipedia page about shields. Let's go into Portuguese. Português. Português? Escudo. Yeah, I would understand that. Scudo in Italian. O escudo è un'arma difensiva che consiste essenzialmente in una chapa de metal. Okay, so far, yeah, I can understand it actually when it's written. I don't know what chapa means, but everything else, yes, I understand it. A sua origine è difficile de datar. Its origin is difficult to give a date. Presume-se che o homem primitivo... Yeah, I do understand it. Oh my gosh, we just discovered something here. Attualmente utilizado per la policía. Currently it's being used by the police. Sendo confeccionado de material sintéticos a prova de bala. So it's made with synthetic materials. A prova de bala, I don't know what bala means. Projectile, I suppose? Yeah, it does mean projectile. Okay, yeah, I understand almost everything. Right, so what does that mean? It means that I'm not used to the pronunciation, of course the speed, but that's the problem. It's not the words. Probably. Well, I imagine there are also a lot of words that don't sound like... But so far, like, if I read it, a lot of it's just I have no idea how they pronounce it. In both Lisbon or Rio de Janeiro. That's actually eye-opening for me. I'm gonna have to dive into this and make an episode 2 where I try to go even deeper into this and perhaps invite someone who speaks Portuguese, have a guess and test it live. But I find it absolutely fascinating that I could understand nothing as I was trying to listen to Portuguese speakers, naturally speaking, but then when I try and read it from Wikipedia, I need to try a second one. Let me try something else. Let's try video games. Un gioco electrónico, an electronic game, o jogo electrónico também chamado, also, I have no idea if I'm pronouncing it right, by the way, because I have no training, so I'm just guessing, also called videogioco o pelo anglicismo video game, or with the anglicism video game, è un jogo no qual it is a game in which o jogador interage através de periféricos. The player interacts through some peripherals conectados ao aparelho, so connected to a system and a unit, como controllers. I understand everything. This is magic. This is insane. This is black magic. What is it? Okay, so moral of the story for today: if an Italian hears or listens to spoken Portuguese, close to nothing is what we understand. But if a Portuguese speaker were to chat with me in Portuguese or send me a letter, I could understand almost everything. My gosh. Well, that was a discovery for me, so absolutely intriguing, fascinating. We'll have to test this with other languages like Spanish, French. And French is not going to be very easy to test because I do have some training in French, so it's not exactly from nothing. I'm going to try with Romanian, maybe a few dialects of some regions. This was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have different experiences to mine, please let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for joining Metatron's Academy.